Welcome on in to the NYMD podcast. Kevin Hart, Brian Schwartz here on this Sunday morning. How's everybody doing? What's going on, baby?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right, man. How about you?
Tired, Pedro?
Yeah.
Tired. It's been, like Monica said, it's just one of those days. Just one of them days. That's how I feel. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the NYMD podcast. Of course, we're here on YouTube, powered by StreamYard, as you can see. We're also on Facebook, IG, and the Twitter. And, of course, you can always find us on any podcast forum, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find NYMD podcast. So, yeah, what's been going on, man?
Yeah, this week was a little rough. I'm not gonna lie. A lot went down this week. I don't know. I think maybe we should just get this thing started. Before we get into some light things, I guess. I guess the first question I have for you, because I don't know, it's
Let's just jump in there.
Yeah. All right. So outside the world of sports, but I'm gonna bring sports into this. We had postponements across some sports. Sports shut down for a day. And it just seems like, as Yogi Berra will say, deja vu all over again. Because last year we had the Milwaukee Bucks. I think, what was it, right before their playoff game?
Yes.
I forgot who they were playing, but they were like, "No, we're not playing tonight. We're not doing it. We're not coming out." And the reason being because another person of color, another black man, treated wrongly by police, and it occurred in Milwaukee. And the Bucks made a stand. They said, "You know what? No, we're not doing it. We're not playing tonight." As a result from that, we had baseball shut down. We had hockey shut down. It seems like all sports took a break. And I feel like we're right back. Not even a year later, I feel like we're right back. And it's frustrating because it seems like last year there was an awareness. It was awareness seemed like there was more of an awareness of people of this issue with people of all kinds, all across the world. Even corporate America got in. But after all that, it just seems like nothing's changed. Problems still exist. And it's just frustrating, Hurt. I don't know. I don't know what more to say, man. It's frustrated, and it's frustrating and it's exhausting. And quite honestly, I don't know how much more I could take this. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. No. It's not something that we should have to deal with. It's not something that we should be need to be tired of, because it just shouldn't exist. So that's just the hard part of everything. And like you said, what happened, all my days, in this past week and a half, all my days run together. I can't tell you when, what, who, how, and where things happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the shooting in Minnesota. So all the teams, the Timberwolves, the whatever their hockey team name is, I can't remember. The Twins, all of them, paused due to what's going on. And while we're having, of course, we got the trial going on at the same time. It's past exhausting. It's past exhausting. and it's just, and the thing is worldwide, right? So it's not just everybody sees. I think this is what has happened in the past year and a half, maybe. It has gone past just us, and people in the rest of the world are shown exactly what happens here. You know what I mean? Like almost as like it's the first time. It's like it, it just plays into, everyday life. It's everyday life. And then people around the world see it. So it's like now instead of us explaining it, they know it already. And that to me is a difference. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's like, how is it over there? It's like, instead of now it's just like, hey, everybody okay? Like they'll ask you if you're okay. It's just like, well, that doesn't happen over there because everybody has this view of America that's, pristine, perfect, all this good stuff. And we know that there's no perfect place in the United States. There isn't, and it's tough, but I know on this podcast we try not to. It brings in sports because sports takes a pause, and there's still people taking a knee, and there's still some people offended by it, which those people can just go kiss my rear end on that. But it's tiring, and this is the podcast, and this is what we talk about, and we're two black men dealing with something in the society that shouldn't be here. And that's really just what the truth is. And that's what the podcast is about. This is just about our experiences. We've both been through experiences in our lifetime. But we keep seeing this over and over again. Like you said, it is deja vu. But it's deja vu because someone ends up losing a life. And then that's not cool. That's not cool.
Yeah.
So
and it's hard because this does have an effect, It really does. And it might be hard for some people to understand, but this really does have an effect. And I mean a direct effect on the community as a whole in different ways.
Yeah, but as your boy, your favorite football player of all time, Brett Favre, said recently, he's tired of politics and sports. He just wants sports. So, and he said that this week, I believe.
He said that this week?
Oh, yeah, he said that this week.
Wait a minute. Okay, you got to break this down for me. I didn't know about this.
I know, because I just remembered it because, it's been a stressful week for both of us. It's like just outside of everything. So minding my own business, I was just going, trying to get stories for the podcast. And I was like, it was a Yahoo. It was on yahoo.com. Or Yahoo Sports. And he was just like, I'm just tired of having politics and sports. When I turn on the TV, or maybe when he turns on this podcast, he just wants to hear sports. Basically, shut up and dribble, shut up and hit a football, shut up and kick a football. Shut up and just go, go do what they pay you for. And no one wants to see whatever. Which, again, endears me to him even more. It's just.
This really disappoints me because growing up as a Brett Favre fan, there was a period of time where this dude was my favorite quarterback. He wore my favorite number. Love watching him play. But hearing him make comments like the people who say there should be no politics and sports and all that stuff are totally ignorant to the fact that for minorities, there is no choice in the matter. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like
I get it.
Right, the issues that we have collide with you know what I mean, intersect with their jobs, with their sports. There is no one without the other. That's exactly part of the problem. People just don't get it, don't understand that.
Certain people don't want to get it. They don't try.
That's
and they just don't want to. Some people may understand, but they just don't want to understand. There's people like that. Again, I still remember watching. It was Batman, one with Heath Ledger in it. I'm not good with movie titles, but when it was like some people just want to watch the world burn, and at the time, even though I was an adult when that movie came out, it was just a good movie. You don't really understand what chaos is, or just people who just don't care or just want their way. Period. Like, to me, that just doesn't. I don't understand that. Like, why wouldn't you just want a better world? But there are some people that's like, I want what I want, and I see things how I see things, and that's the stuff that we've been fighting against forever. And it took me a while to really understand that. Like, there are just some people who want a status quo where it keeps other people beneath them. You know, whether it's, Donald Sterling in sports or, any other place. It's things like this seep into sports. Things like this seep into corporate world. They're everywhere. Politics are everywhere. Whether you like it or you don't like it, they're everywhere. And that's the problem. And do you want it? Or I don't want it. I would like to wake up and just not see anybody kneeling, because that means no one died. No one's getting killed. There's no racial issues. We're all friends. We're all family. We're all one. And we're all flag smashers, but not killing people. That's it. So, I don't know. But I don't want to stay on this too long.
Okay, I just want to say one last thing. I would just say this. Social justice politics has been a part of sports
forever.
Yep. And it's needed.
Yeah, and we always got ostracized for it.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just, I don't.
Like Muhammad Ali said, there ain't nobody over there calling me the N-word.
Right.
I mean, seriously. That's basically how it works.
Yeah.
All
right, man. Well,
let's get to sports.
All right. Well, let's talk about some really good news. We touched on it on the last podcast, and I was saying all this dude pretty much has to do, man, to shoot even par, and he's golden, man. But Hideki Matsuyama, man, first Japanese player, I think, to ever win not just a Masters, but to win a major.
Wow, really? Just any major?
Yeah, and
okay,
man, it's weird. I watched. It's not too much that. Well, Tiger gets me to watch the Masters. We knew Tiger wasn't in it. I didn't watch the first 3 rounds, but when Hideki, he had the 5-stroke lead, I was like, I just want to make sure he holds on. So I watched most of that round, and man, it got a little dicey there for a minute.
Well, guess what? I did the same thing.
Okay.
I was tuning in too, and I was like, because at one point he only had a 2-shot lead.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is getting good. And I was intrigued just like you were. So I think we were both watching it. I don't even think we were texting each other.
No. I had no idea you were watching it.
Yeah, I was watching it too, because I was just like, again, it's history. Can he hold on? And it looked like for a minute, I'm like, is he going to start cracking?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a second. And these dudes were getting birdies, and he had a bogey. And I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, who was behind him? Who's the golfer that was right on him?
Hold on. We have a score. Sabalos 1-0 over Fulham, London Derby. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, who's the golfer who was right behind him? Because he birdied 4 holes in a row. Who was it? I can't remember who it was.
I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah.
It was a week ago. You know how long that was?
Yeah. I forgot who it was. I forgot who it was. But anyway, it was 2 strokes back, but then on the next hole, triple bogey. And
because he hit the ball in the water.
Yeah. Yep. In the drink.
Yep.
They gave Matsuyama some breathing room, and then after that, it was a wrap. But it was just good to see. The only thing, well, not the only thing, but it was just weird because when he hit the final putt to go in, he was like Bernie Sanders. Act like you've been there before. It wasn't like the Phil Leap when he first won the Masters, or Tiger, when he won. He was just,
I feel like, though, how can I put this?
I just thought it was going to be a little bit more emotion there.
Because it was Zalatoris who came in second on behind him, and Spieth and Schauffele.
Mm-hmm.
I believe all those guys were in because he finished 10 under. So Zalatoris was 9 under, and Spieth was behind him, and so was Schauffele.
But Zalatoris wasn't playing with Zalatoris though. Zalatoris
No, I
came,
think he was playing with Shuffle, I believe.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
keep going down the list real quick. Because it
So,
wasn't keep going down the list because Zalatoris finished before him.
Yeah, Zalatoris finished second, then Spieth. They were tied for third with under 7. Spieth and
Okay, keep going.
Then Rom. Hold on a second. Leishman, Justin Rose.
No,
Was it Rose, right? Reed.
Maybe it was you. Maybe it was you. What did Schauffele you said? Finish with
7 under.
Yeah, it was him. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because that triple bogey. Once he triple bogeyed, it was a wrap, and that messed him up. But it was just good to see that, man. You know, it was good to see. And it was cool because they kept going to I think they were going to the Tokyo feed at some point. During the
I think so.
During the broadcast, and it's just cool because he's representing his country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just think the impact of his win is going to be so good. You know what I mean? There's already an Asian presence in golf, but just seeing them win the Masters, which is like the crown jewel, of golf.
Yeah, it's the main. It's like winning Wimbledon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's just a good story, man.
Oh yeah. But the crazy thing is, like you said, it got us to watch because it was so competitive, and we were going to watch history, and it made me just kind of like, I do miss watch. Like, again, I can't watch whatever tournament's happening this weekend. Like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? The Farmers Open, or I can't watch those things. But the majors, I feel like I should start watching a little bit more on the weekends. I obviously can't watch during the Thursday, Friday.
Right.
But I need to watch on the weekend. So yeah, that's what I enjoyed it. So I did like you, and it's funny we weren't even communicating.
No.
I was intrigued because he started hitting shots. He started going a little sideways. And I'm like, is he gonna, yak this up? Is he gonna what is it, Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
Is he gonna Vanderbilt this away or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, he held on, so it was good for him, and it was fun to watch. And I can't believe the first story we're talking about is golf. What is going on?
I know, right?
Nothing must have happened this week in sports. Literally.
Yeah. Well, something else happened, Hurt. We had a couple of retirements this week.
Okay. I know of one. I'm probably missing somebody. Oh, no. I do know of both. Okay.
Julian Edelman.
No.
Is he a Hall of Famer, Hurt?
No.
Okay. So here's the thing. He retired, and all this week, people were giving commentary on whether he's a Hall of Famer. Like, really? Come on, man.
Once again, hey, Rock, if you want to sponsor our show with your energy drink, I went out and got it. It's pretty good. Hashtag Rock, hashtag NYMD podcast. Just saying. He just bought a $27.9 million house in Beverly Hills. So I'm just saying he has the money to help us on this podcast. And I watch your show on Tuesdays, 8 o'clock on NBC.
Have we got any new episodes of Young Rock?
Yeah, like the past 2 weeks.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Because I feel like, that's the only thing with network TV. It throws me off, man. Like if there's 1 week of a repeat, it throws me off.
Because 1 week it was off due to some story they were showing.
Oh, okay.
That was it. But it's been new ever since then.
Oh, all right. Well, I need to catch.
So you still haven't seen the funniest episode, which I think is the one previous to this week. That one was hilarious. You got to go back and watch it.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Anyway,
but yeah,
Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
So the answer is no. But go ahead. What you guys say?
I guess we got to give the obligatory commentary on this. But first of all, this shouldn't even be a question. Julian Edelman is a Patriot Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He should go in whatever honor that they have: ring of honor, shoe of honor, Patriot of honor, whatever. British or common honor, whatever. Paul Revere honor, whatever they got. But as far as Canton goes, no.
look, when I think of Hall of Fame wide receivers, I think of people who are dominant in their position. I think of T.O. I think of Randy Moss. You know what I mean? I think of Megatron, Calvin Johnson. I am not putting Julian Edelman in the Hall of Fame.
Jerry Rice's of the world.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry Rice. This dude is not a Hall of Fame. Look, never went to a Pro Bowl. Granted, he has a Super Bowl MVP. He has 3 championships. He balled out in the playoffs.
Oh, right. Yeah, playoffs is where if he wanted a playoff, if there was just something just for playoffs, his name playoffs, he would be in there.
Right.
Yeah, but this just not.
No.
No. Just the answer is no.
Yeah.
But hey, the dude made a career out of something that sometimes people should just be happy that the guy had a career that he did, and that he's a champion.
Career.
Huh?
And he had a great career.
Yes, and he's a champion, and he's known, and he's famous for probably the rest of his life, and he'll have a fan base that will adore him forever. And his name will go up in that Hall of Fame. They will always know who that dude is. Sometimes that's just good enough for people, and I think that's good enough for him, to be honest with you.
You know what's something interesting I found out about this guy? You know who he went to the prom with?
No.
He went to the prom with Jerry Rice's daughter. Which is crazy. I'm like, how the heck did that happen? So, yeah, that was a little tidbit about Julian Edelman I found out this week.
I don't even know what state that is. Is it California?
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, good for him, I guess. I don't know.
Rudy sent me a text of a picture with him and Jerry Rice.
Rudy sent a lot of texts this week. I'm proud of him. He sent a wrestling text too. So I'm like, okay. Oh, yeah. That made me. I'm so proud of Rudy for that.
Yeah, you said Julian Edelman should get into the Hall of Fame just for dating Jerry Rice's daughter. So, and there's a picture.
This guy.
Yeah, I would put it on screen, but I don't think.
Yeah, we're good.
Anyway, that's enough about Julian Edelman. He's not a Hall of Fame. Very good player. Gave the Ravens fits when we played him in the playoffs, but
they gave everybody fits in the playoffs. Yeah. But that's where on 4th and 1, you knew who was going to get the damn ball, and damn it, he got it.
Yeah. Yeah. He was a good player. And early in his career, if memory serves me correct, he was pulling the Troy Brown, and he played cornerback. There was some instances where he actually played cornerback. Yeah. I know that. Huh? Edelman. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I was thinking that he put was it Troy Brown? I remember they had Troy Brown playing cornerback.
Yeah. I specifically remember there was one year where it was some injuries and stuff like that. Yeah. It was only because of injuries, but yeah, he was out there playing cornerback. Yes. I mean, only in spot situations. I'm not saying Yeah, because I think I remember him playing. The only reason why I know that because I remember him playing against the Ravens one time. And I was like, dang, he's at cornerback. And this was early in his career. But anyway, all right, enough about Julian Edelman because he did not deserve that much time. All right, let's move on to basketball because I have more questions about basketball.
Okay.
We got a surprise retirement this week. Unfortunately, LaMarcus Aldridge is stepping away due to health reasons. Irregular heartbeat, and he's stepping away. And he just signed that deal with the Nets. And he's doing the right thing. You got to take care of your health. We touching on that prior to the show. I mean, you gotta take care of yourself. Gotta take care of your health. Make sure you're healthy. And yeah, so he's doing the right thing for himself. No problem with that. But I'm just wondering, you think this is going to affect the Nets at all?
Nope. He barely just got there. I mean, he wasn't there that long. And yes, in a depth, meaning it means something as far as not having a quality player come off your bench. But when it comes to playoffs and how the team is structured. No, only you need is those three guys healthy. That's it. Just get KD, Harden, and Kyrie healthy. That doesn't. You could add me, Rudy and Dan to the bench, and they still probably win the Eastern Conference as long as they can get by Philly. That's it. I mean, LaMarcus is a really fundamentally really good player, but he wasn't there long enough for me.
Right.
So it doesn't hurt him.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. I'm with you. It's unfortunate for the Nets, but I don't think it's going to affect them at all.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him. Nobody wants to have any, when you just learn something later on in your career and something that may, could cause you, to, who knows, the actual seriousness of it. But for him to have had to step away, it's important, but people got to take care of themselves.
Yeah, no doubt.
As we know.
Yeah. All right, man. My next question for you. Let's get this one out the way. Right. I'm curious. We're going to have Hall of Fame coming up in the NBA, and we got our Hall of Fame presentations. And Michael Jordan's going to be presenting Kobe. Should he?
I don't. Who else would it be?
So, I might be in the minority. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think Michael Jordan should present Kobe. I feel
they picked him to do it, right?
I don't know how it works, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't pay close enough attention to this to know how it works. I just heard the news that MJ is presenting him. I feel like it should be a Laker.
All right. I'm gonna. This is probably gonna make me sick internally. Oh God! But to honor Kobe, why not get the guy he idolized, the guy he was most like, and the guy who is considered the greatest player ever? That to me is the tribute to Kobe. That's the greatest tribute you could give him, other than the Lakers, unless it's like Rob Pelinka, who's like a best friend to him. You know what I'm saying? The next greatest guy, it's like having, Bill Russell there. If you're like one of the ultimate winners, Bill Russell talking for you, that's like Bill Russell's gonna induct me to the Hall of Fame. Bill Russell, like 11 ring Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I didn't look at it like that. You bring out a good point.
Yeah, so I bring it's someone that he idolized, someone who's people consider the GOAT. I mean, come on. And someone Kobe considered the GOAT. That you can't get any higher than that. I mean, unless you get like a dignitary, Mahatma Gandhi, or, unless you get out the realm of sports, the biggest person you can get in your own sport is one of the greatest players of all time. Honestly, when I saw it, I kind of was like, well, that makes sense. That's the way I looked at it.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't think about it like that. I felt like maybe Magic should do it,
Yeah, I mean, I know Magic was a Laker, and of course they were close, but MJ, I think MJ is the perfect person for it.
Okay. I don't want to hear any MJ speeches, you know what I mean? I just don't want to hear MJ talk.
Well, no, he's not going to. In this speech, he will not talk about himself.
I know.
So we will be. He'll bring him up, but when he talks,
I disagree with you because I can.
Okay, how about this? He won't talk bad about people in this speech. He won't bring anybody's high school coach or anyone who cut somebody, or he won't be petty. Put it that way.
Yeah,
he won't be petty. He'll be classy. He'll be organized, and it'll be about Kobe.
Exactly.
So I truly feel that way. So it's not going to be the regular Michael speech.
Okay. So. All right. Now that brings us. This is the last sports question for the day, Herc.
Wow. What in the 80s?
I know. A little light this week, but that's okay because we have a lot to talk about when it comes to our movies and everything.
Yes.
So,
and it's cool. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. All right. So this week, I think this happened either Thursday or Friday, but we found out that Dwayne Wade bought an ownership stake in the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
And I just, man, that's wonderful, man. Didn't see this one coming. Last week we talked about how Alex A-Rod, bought stake of the Wild. He's going to be the owner of the Wild. Yeah, gosh, thank you.
The fact that you remembered the Minnesota Wild, I'll give you credit for that.
How did I even go there?
I'm surprised you didn't say the Minnesota Lynx. I mean, I would have said the Lynx before I said the Wild.
Good Lord. How did I get from...
Wow, what did you watch? What they play, the Caps recently or something?
I don't even know how I got there. That's weird. Yes, thank you. The T-Wolves, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Him and his business partner own the Timberwolves now. And I was not excited about that.
It's a transition. It's over a 2-year transition. They're transitioning to take over full ownership.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I love the fact that we're getting more minority owners in sports. But you know me, I detest A-Rod. I can't stand it.
Again, we found out this week as official that him and J-Lo broke up.
Oh, I thought we already knew about that.
No, they made it official. Like they both had their
Yeah.
So the fact that you want to talk about out kicking your coverage. Yeah, I know you and I don't look at A-Rod like I looked at A-Rod differently when he was in Seattle, A-Rod. Then then after I don't know, maybe Texas and then the Yankees just started going downhill for me for that.
Exactly.
So I don't look at him the same. So I look at him and not as the A-Rod. I look at him as Alex Rodriguez, who outkicked his coverage on this.
Absolutely.
It's and why, when would you mess this up? It just shows me that he's followed everything that he does. Maybe not business wise, because obviously business wise he does seem to have his money, and he invests in the right things in some cases. But when it comes to big things, he does stupid stuff that will cost him his legacies.
Yep.
It seems like. So, again, I'm glad he's not the full owner of this team. Someone else is going to be the owner. He's just going to be in partnership with him. So some of his money will go into it, but not the majority. So good. But this is totally different to me than Dwayne Wade having a minority stake into Utah. I'm not saying because it's Utah, but it's I just like seeing people do things like this.
Yeah.
And I really hope when LeBron's done, because LeBron has part ownership.
LeBron's gonna own the team, dude.
Yeah. But LeBron's got part ownership already in Liverpool.
Right.
The Red Sox. Diversifying your portfolio, so to speak. I love seeing it. I love seeing it, and hopefully, bring some more, so a different tune to the Utah Jazz. Well, you see what I did there, right? So, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited for him. I mean, the Jazz had the best record in the NBA right now, and they got one. I love Donovan Mitchell. They had the Defensive Player of the Year in Gobert. They got Connolly. They have a lot of good. They still haven't. They're a team that haven't won a title yet. But it'll be good. I feel like it gives them a different profile.
Yeah.
So good for
them. And I like the fact not only is we seeing Dwayne Wade, like you said, as an owner, minority owner, but he's going to be hands-on too. He's going to have an active role with this team, which is great. And he even gave out a quote where he's not, he was a former player, but he was pretty much saying, no, I'm bringing my experience as an entrepreneur and an investor in this thing as well. So,
which is good. Yeah, because Utah isn't big outside of Utah.
No.
Now, those green jerseys they wore the other night didn't help, I'm sure, because those were horrible. But Utah is just Utah. Like certain brands are. No one's going to be the Celtics or the Lakers, or the Bulls, right? Where they have fans everywhere. Utah is a Utah team. Kind of like Denver, the Nuggets are the Nuggets. They're just in there. So having Utah expand you got to expand your fandom. So I think he's going to bring that to, what's going on. He lives mostly now in Los Angeles, I believe.
Oh,
or in California mostly now. So he's very close to the team. So he's not living in Miami. So because that would, to me, if anything, that would have made the most sense if Mickey Harrison was going to put up part of the team. That D Wade would have, done that. But I mean, good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, man. I'm liking this, man. We need to have some more minority ownership in sports, and this is a start. We're getting there. We're getting there. So.
But I do have a sports question for you.
Oh, awesome.
Are you enjoying this? Not saying rivalry. Are you enjoying this? I don't know, this beef that we have between the Padres and the Dodgers.
I didn't realize it was that much of a thing, but this is what baseball absolutely needs. Yeah, baseball needs this desperately hurt, and the fact that there is bad blood between the Dodgers and the Padres, man, and it's a divisional thing, and it's going to be 19 the total games between these two teams, and that they're just going to bring the hate is awesome. This isn't like
hate.
Yeah, this isn't like
terrible. We don't mean that in real life, people. We just mean that in sports. I don't want anybody.
Right.
Just everybody take it easy.
Because Yankees, quite honestly, Red Sox, which is the biggest rival in the sport, it's been watered down lately because the Red Sox haven't been that great. It's just been watered. It just seems like it's been watered down. But baseball needs more rival. We don't need just Yankees Sox. We need Dodgers Padres. You know what I'm saying? I need the Orioles to get heated with the Blue Jays for whatever. You know what I mean? This is what sports is built on, rivalries. Think about it. It's built on rivalries. So when you have teams that don't like each other, this is what it needs. Think about all the rivalries we have in football. You know what I mean? You have Baltimore Steelers. You know what I'm saying? You have Patriots versus everybody else.
You know what's crazy? No, real quick. It's funny when you said Baltimore Steelers. It's so weird when you don't use the same names for both teams.
Yeah, that is weird.
It sounds off. Like, New York Orioles. It's like the New York Orioles rivalry. Like, what?
Yeah, that's true. And I don't even know why I did that.
So, when you said that, I was like, Baltimore Steelers.
Yeah, it's the Baltimore Steelers.
Like, what rivalry is that?
It's the Ravens Steelers rivalry.
Yep. Sorry about that.
No problem. Shoot, Lord knows I
have some COVID news coming in, so I'm just trying to.
I hear you, man.
But yeah, go ahead.
Sports needs rivalries, man. You know what I mean? What think about it. What would Premier League be without Arsenal Tottenham?
Who? I'm sorry, what's that other team you said?
Exactly.
I mean, but rivalries again, and it's fun because the Padres are actually relevant now.
Yeah.
Like Tatis Jr. came back off the DL. They went into extra innings the other night against each other. David Price came in like the 13th inning. Even though the Dodgers eventually went on to win that game 11-6, but those two had words with each other. Yesterday, 2-0, Clayton Kershaw pitched to Jim, and they had words with each other. It's just baseball needs rivalries. Again, I'm not the person that likes people being thrown at and hit, but I like disagreements, like the world versus the Astros.
Yeah,
and I just love that sort of thing. So my second question, has to do with teams in California. So currently, as of today, every California team is over 500.
Wow.
So, which of course is the Angels, Athletics, Dodgers, Giants, Padres. My question:
we also include the Clippers and the Lakers in that as well, or are we just talking about baseball?
No, because then we would have to include Sacramento.
Oh yeah,
that would just ruin everything. Okay?
That's right.
I don't know how the Kings are doing either. So I don't, or San Jose or Anaheim. So I don't know. Yeah, so we can't include hockey in there yet.
Okay.
But out of the baseball teams, everybody's over 500.
All right.
Out of all those teams that I just mentioned, who do you think is going to have the best record?
The best what?
Record.
Oh, the Dodgers. I mean,
yeah, it's definitely the Dodgers.
yeah.
Do you think all of them are going to finish over 500?
I don't think the Angels will.
I mean, they're 8-5 right now. They're 8-5. They're in first place in the West. I mean, just look at in that division. You have, I mean, everybody's still kind of close. They only have a 3-game lead from the team that's in last place. But you have the Mariners, Athletics, Astros, and Rangers. So you don't think with some Shohei Ohtani power and maybe some health or something they couldn't finish first in that division?
No.
No, okay.
Not at all. Now, I will say this. Right now, former Orioles pitchers are killing it for the Angels, man. Dylan Bundy, man, that's looking like a bad trade. Alex Cobb. Cobb is doing okay over there. So, put it this way, I'll put it to you like this. If the pitching holds up and if Ohtani stays healthy all year long, yes, they will be over 500. So but I had to put those caveats in there. But yes, if Dylan Bundy and Cobb stay healthy and the starting pitching does well, and if Ohtani stays healthy the entire season, they will be over 500. By the way, I hope you're seeing what Mike Trout's doing.
I'm just seeing what Shohei Ohtani's doing. I'm sorry. What's going on with that team? But I know they have a winning record.
Yeah.
So, but I know he's having. I lost this. I was actually following what he was doing, right? Because I said I would, but I lost. I kind of just lost track because it's just been this week. Of course, this week has been crazy. Yeah. But I know Mike Trout is batting. It says 386. He's got 4 home runs, 10 RBI, which is good. Which is good, but he doesn't lead the team in RBI. He's not even second in RBI. So, I mean, he's having a good season. He's got the most hits.
But you know what he does lead the team in, Hurt?
Not commercials.
War.
Oh, yeah, well, of course. You know how high his war is. Yes. That's the best thing you ever say. Yes, he leads the team in war.
By the way, so I'm all into analytics. But baseball analytics, man, is starting to get ridiculous. I was watching the Oriole game, and I started to take a picture and text you. But they were giving these stats. Like, it wasn't like ERA, RBI, home runs, OPS. It was like whiff rate, spin rate, exit velo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. The exit velocity is the best.
Launch angle.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, what do we overanalyze? Is baseball being overanalyzed right now? I mean, all these stats, whiff rate.
I think of all the people. Well, remember, this is how a lot of dudes have gotten their jobs in sports is numbers and analytics, and that's how people can build teams on budgets in some cases.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, let's look at the number. Who makes the most the Billy Beans of the world. I know you love Billy Bean, but just who can have a competitive, maybe not World Series winning team, but a team that can make a postseason with nothing. Like those teams are teams that you just kind of root for because they're not paying one guy more than the payroll of like 5 teams. You know what I mean? Yeah. Who can do well. But again, look at the Yankees. All the analytics and everything. I know they have some injuries, but they're in last place in the East. I mean, they're 5-9. Don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying it. I don't think it's going to last long, but it is what it is. But that's kind of why, I really enjoy watching baseball. It's just, and sometimes like with Tampa Bay, sometimes those teams do squeak in and make a World Series and you can root for them, against like a big juggernaut because their farm system's good. Their scouts are good. Like baseball is so different. It's like the NFL draft. Like the NFL draft is going to be in a week in like 5 days. How many times we watch a draft and any of our teams, well, usually the Ravens pick better than most people. And I know my team usually is terrible, except on defense. We've picked okay. But we pick somebody, how many of those guys actually make the team and you forget about them? Even in the NBA. I think I forgot some team was picking Jabari Parker up on a 10-day contract. I forgot who it was. I was like,
Jabari Parker.
Jabari Parker. He was the number 2 pick, like not that long ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, on a 10-day contract. Like he was just in the NBA. He was on a 10-day contract with somebody this year before he was cut. And you're just like, wait, what happened?
He was drafted like, what, 3 years ago?
I think it's 3 or 4 years ago. It wasn't that long ago, honestly.
No. Wow. Wow. Oh. You just blew my mind right there, man. I don't know. I should have taken a picture, yo, because I was like, these stats are crazy, man.
Yeah, but there's too much. But the thing is, I'm enjoying it. So my last baseball question, last Brian question, is currently the Orioles are in second place, right?
Yep.
And the New York Metropolitans are in first place.
Oh, good job. All right.
What is the likelihood, or who has a better chance of finishing where they currently are now? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
That would be you all. That would be you all. Because we play in a tougher division. I mean, think about it. Our division, we have the Rays, we have the Red Sox, who are currently in first place, the Yankees, Toronto. So, and we got to play these guys, about 90 more times this year. So it's going to be tough. We haven't even played the Blue Jays or Rays yet. It's going to be tough, man. Whereas you have the Braves, the Phillies, they're okay. The Nationals, they're okay. You know what I mean?
They won the World Series 2 years ago.
Yeah. The Marlins,
we made the playoffs last year.
But we definitely play wouldn't you agree that we play in a tougher division?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, we had a team that went to the World Series last year, and that team wasn't even the Yankees.
Okay, we had a team that won the World Series 2 years ago.
You keep talking about 2 years ago. I'm talking about.
Last year was a COVID. We had a team that went and won the World Series. I mean, I know you had one that went to, but last year, remember, the Red Sox were terrible last year.
Right.
I know, again, last year was COVID, it was weirdness. So I don't know, and I think I don't count. You win your games and you get there and you win a World Series. All those things count. It's just that year was just weird. It's just weird.
Dude, the Orioles play. Look, I'm not doing this, man. The Orioles play in the tougher division. Come on, man.
Okay. All right.
The American League East is tougher than the National League East. Come on, Hurt.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, I'm not. It's
right.
Dude,
now we're good. Let's go to the movies.
Because you. Come on, man.
Listen, it's just.
You really can't admit that the Orioles play in the tougher division. Come on, Hurt.
Okay.
No, come on. You can't admit that for real.
I think that the NL East is the toughest division.
Oh, give me a break.
I do. I mean,
the Rays, the Yankees, the Sox, and Toronto. All right. I can't do this.
Yeah, that's what I said. Let's go to the movies. What we're doing, Falcon Winter Soldier first, or the movie?
Let's go Falcon and Winter Soldier, because the name of that episode 5 was called Truth, and someone's not being truthful right now. So we got
Well, as everybody looks at this show, we normally know who that is. So, one of us is usually in La La Land. The other one is usually a little more grounded. But dude, I don't know. I've had a habit of waking up early and watching these before the show for some reason, which I don't recommend to anybody. It's still better than you waking up at 2:30 and watching it when it comes out at 2 a.m. But still, I digress. This was not saying long overdue. It tells the truth. That's all I can say. It tells the truth, and I'm glad that the MCU has gotten its hands. I'm not saying dirty, because it's not dirty. It's just the truth. Yeah. They're sitting there like, this is what part of our reality is. This isn't all just make believe, and if it is, and these characters aren't real, but what has happened to people, everything's not, again, like as Bucky said, I know Cap wouldn't know. I didn't even see how it would be having a black man having a shield. And it's like, you have no, I swear, in this day and age, Falcon, if he came out and was like, hey, if it was a whole ceremony and Captain Rogers would have gave him the shield, the very next couple of minutes, the dude would have got death threats on Twitter. They would have talked about him. I'm telling you, he would have got email on Twitter. It wouldn't have been all, everybody loves Steve Rogers. Black, white, blue, green. Maybe, people in other countries might have had an issue. But everybody loved Cap. But then replacing this guy with Sam is, to some people, a lot of people, a problem. So and I know it was leading to that. I'm glad he went back and came back to Baltimore. He went back to the hood.
Yeah. So first of all, we got some NY to MD representation.
Yeah.
In this episode, man.
Yeah. And I love the fact that Isaiah had a garden too in Baltimore City. That makes so that made me feel good. Like he's back there watering his garden.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, man, it was. No, I was just gonna say no. It was a good episode. It's a little slow, but it's building up to this last episode where we're gonna see. We're gonna see Captain America. I mean, we're gonna see the Falcon as Captain America with the White Wolf versus Carly versus ex-Captain America versus the Power Broker, hopefully. Versus the rest of the Flag Smashers or whatever they're called. So it's good. I think the next week's episode is going to be good, but I like the conversations that this show is having. And the reality is that that you have these two people that fight for their country, fight for the world, but you'll have to deal with certain issues, man. And it's real, man. Marvel's keeping it real, and I like it. I like it, man.
I like it, and I'm glad that they went this way.
Yeah.
And didn't make it all so, hey, you got the shield, everybody loves them, and we just go on from there, because that wouldn't be a story.
Right.
Sometimes you have to go through the grime and the dirt to get where you got to go. And I appreciate him also looking at like, well, and it's different for different generations and different people. Like, what am I fighting for? What am I here for? And Anthony Mackie's doing a great job at playing Sam, because I'm getting more in tune with all these characters. All these characters are interesting. All these characters are deeper. All these characters have levels. And it made me appreciate Bucky. It makes me appreciate Sam. It makes me appreciate Sarah. I appreciate everybody, because it's real like that. Yeah. So, and I'm glad that this show has done that. Yeah. And I've enjoyed every minute of it. And I'm sad because we only got one more episode left.
Yeah, man. It seems like we just started. Man. But no, man, it's doing a really good job, man. These Marvel shows, like I said, I was completely all in after I saw Spider-Man Far From Home, and Marvel has not disappointed me since. I love the material they put out, man.
I don't know much about her either. Honestly, I was kind of shocked that it was actually Julie Louis-Dreyfus. Yeah,
that's the problem. It was a lane in stilettos. I don't know, or whatever kind of boots she had on. Not stilettos, but it was a Lane Bennis. I'm sorry.
But see, maybe because I was watching without my glasses or contacts in, I was like, wait, I was having a hard time seeing who Veep was. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
she's Veep. And listen, when you come into the MCU, you become a new character to me. That's not Elaine. That's not, whatever. All these people, like, what's his name? Gary Shandling turned into a Hydra dude, and he was a Hydra dude to me. He wasn't like the Gary Shandling show. He was a dude that was like, hell, Hydra. I was like, really? But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I have a problem because when I see the Wasp, I see Kate. This is what happened when she got off the island. Like, she escaped the island, and now she's a Wasp, So
now she's a Wasp. Like, she actually integrated to be an insect. You know what I mean?
No, but it's weird. And it's weird. Every time I watch like Avengers.
So is Star-Lord the guy from Parks and Recs?
No.
Oh, so, okay. So
Only because that Parks and Recs Chris Pratt, that's like a totally different dude, man.
Well,
like,
yeah, but so is Kate.
No, but Chris Pratt underwent like a transformation. Like he got ripped. Like this dude got dude. He was like a slob in Parks and Rec. Now he's like ripped and like I'm like, where did this dude come from? So I see this, even though I saw him. And look, I'm a Parks and Rec guy. I watch every episode, but no, I do not see. I see when I watch Parks and Rec, I see Star-Lord's little brother. That's what I see. I don't see Star-Lord.
It's like his twin brother, but bigger.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I see. When I watch like Avengers and I see Evangeline Lilly, I see her as Kate. But Kate just got off the island and
now she's a superhero
on the Avengers, yeah. But dude, Elaine, I'm sorry, that's Elaine.
Listen, I think the only time I had an issue was seeing Ray Romano play a guy different than what he played on in what's that thing called?
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, Everybody Loves Raymond. And when he played like this like jerk, and I was like, what is he? But when I'm really, I guess if anybody has superpower, I'm really in the superpower seeing someone different in a different role. I want to see the role. I don't see the person. And so I start really getting into the role. And if you're really good at what you got, and again, this is her first time, I believe, showing up. But if you are good at your role, I'm going to believe that character. And I'm not looking at you, as, you know what I mean? As what you were before, or any other movies that you're in. Again,
But it didn't help her, though? She was kind of quippy and making jokes and stuff. So it was like comedic Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, but she was serious. Well, she gave him a card with nothing on it, which I'm sure is code for something.
Yeah.
And,
is she the power broker?
I don't believe so.
But
I'm not sure yet. But that's the whole thing. Like the only thing I'm 100% sure of is I know who John Walker's going to be. That's it. Yes.
Okay. Wait. Don't tell me who, but how do you know?
No. I'm just saying it here that I know. I'm not saying who, but I know what he's going by what he's doing. So I don't know if anybody else. You stayed after the credits, right?
Oh shoot, there was an after credit scene.
Yes.
I did not. All right, don't tell me. Don't say.
All right, so I'm not going to even say anything else. But for everyone else who didn't see it, I always wait and I see the credits. Then I see how long, when the show ends, how much time they have left, right? So it's like 5 minutes. I was like, these credits don't take 5 minutes to go through all the show credits. So I just fast forward the little thing and it showed up. So yeah. So go.
This was the first post-credit scene, right?
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But something told me, I don't know what it was. I'm like, I just thought there was too much time left. So I just fast forwarded and I was like, wait, whoa. And I backed it up because I passed it. So you'll see it. So you need to go take a look at it. But yeah, but it's a good show. It leads you into more Zemo's going, to jail. And Bucky can't go back to Wakanda for a couple of years, even though he did ask him for a favor. So, and I want to see what that favor looks like because they're definitely teasing it. So I can't wait to see it in the next episode.
All right, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Explain to me John Walker, right? So he's a super soldier now.
Well, he's a super jerk, but yeah, go ahead.
So he's taken the serum, right?
Yes.
How?
What do you mean?
To be injected? What did he do? Drink it?
He took it. I don't know. I mean, he could have injected it.
I'm saying how? This is one thing that's kind of messing me up with this because I thought it had to be injected. Like all he had was the vial.
Oh, he couldn't get a needle from somewhere?
I don't. I guess so. Yeah.
This is where you and I have issues on a lot of things. It's that messes you up. Like, we know how it happens.
No, because they don't.
He went and did it.
They've never showed it in the show. So
They didn't have to, because we know we've seen it happen.
But I was just wondering, has he taken it? Has he not taken it?
When he started throwing people around.
Yeah, that's why I realized, oh, he's taking it. Because I'm up here waiting for the point where they show he actually takes it. I was like, oh, shoot. No, he's taking it.
Yeah, no.
Because at first, it was like a dilemma for him. Like, should I do it?
Well, it wasn't. I knew he was going to do it as soon as, what's his guy? Battlestar.
Yeah.
Was like, imagine how many more people you would have saved if you had the super soldier. And then at that point, I knew he's going to take it.
Yeah.
So then he was out there. You saw he's all, like he's, A-rodded up. I'm sorry, like he was roided up, and just going out Barry Bondsing people.
Yeah.
So that's a whole, clear cream thing, man. He was out there just doing his thing. So I was just like, well, that's not shocking to me. So yeah, I already knew. Like, I just knew at that point he did it. So it's just, but this episode was good. I'm glad they took the shield off of him. I'm glad they had their talk, Bucky and Sam, and really understand. I'm glad he went to go see Isaiah again. And it's one of those things where it's just a well-written episode. And Marvel's so good at that. Even if they give us something that we didn't expect, or give us people we didn't see or know, or all this other stuff, it's such a good base of a show. And I feel like we were talking earlier, I feel like Marvel does a great job of starting from the beginning and going towards the end instead of starting in the middle.
Yeah.
And how they build things up. So, yeah, so I definitely enjoyed it.
Okay.
All right, so what movie we get? You got 3 movies today, man. I'm excited about that.
4.
Oh, no. You have 3 out of the 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what we have here, Herb.
This is what Dan is waiting for. Dan's waiting for these movies.
All right, number 60. This is your movie.
No Country for Old Men.
All right, man. You gotta tell me about this. I have no idea about anything.
Well, 2 things. I forgot it. You reminded me of it.
Yes.
That right there. You're like, well, hurt. What about? I'm like, oh my god, because that movie, it's a Coen Brothers movie. It so good, and Antoine Chigurh, played by Javier Bardem, as this villain is so good. Thanos is in it.
Oh,
I mean, for people who don't know who Thanos is, that's the actor. Huh?
I forget the actor's name. It's not coming to me right now.
Yeah, come on, Dan. Who's the actor? I know you're on here. I need your help. My mind went blank. I know he's related to people. Can't remember his name, but Thanos was in it. It's just it's just a movie that you follow along. It's so good. The action sequences, the dialogue. Josh Brolin. Thank you.
Yeah,
that's my boy right there. Let's go, Dolphins, baby. It's such a good movie. It's a slower paced movie. It just makes you think. It's the way Javier Bardem transforms into this killer, and Josh Brolin is this cowboy, and it's the whole. I can't stop watching it, and every time it comes on, I gotta. Woody Harrelson's in the movie. It's just a piece by piece movie, and it's like a little masterpiece. So, and I love it. I love that movie. So, but thank you for reminding me that I forgot it, because I would have kicked my own butt.
Yeah, because I keep hearing about this movie, and I'm like, wait, how did this not make Hurt's list?
It's
all
so
I hear about is No Country for Old Men.
Oh my god, that's because it was on the other day, and I'm like, yeah, it's just so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it because that's all I keep hearing.
Yeah, the thing is, I know I'm hyping it up too much. You really have to go in there and just take out everything that I've said about it, because I didn't know what the movie was about. I'm just like, why would I even bother watching this movie? and someone told me to sit down and watch it, and then I haven't stopped watching it. So, and yeah, I love this movie, and so yeah. But go ahead, what you got?
All right, so next, I don't know how this happened because this is one of my movies. Number 59, Captain America: The First Avenger. So the reason why I don't realize why this happened is because number 57 is Endgame, and number 56 is Infinity War, which were all my movies. And Captain America is my favorite Marvel movie. The First Avenger is my favorite Marvel movie. So, and since I've rewatched Endgame and Infinity War, I like Endgame more than I like Infinity War. So Endgame should really be number 56, and Infinity War should be number 57. So I don't know, but I don't know. Captain America is my favorite Marvel movie. Like I said, I don't know how I got down this low, but I think I came down to that realization as I was doing this. I don't know, this list, and I don't know. I think what it is. I don't know. Anyway, I love this movie.
What you're saying is, you don't know.
Let me talk about the movie. This one does not get enough love to me at all. But to me, this is like, I'm gonna say it's the perfect origin story, but to me, it's close to a perfect origin story as you can get. Like, you know, Steve Rogers as this skinny guy with, you know, with what? Asthma, whatever physical impairments he has. But he's got a lot of heart. You know what I mean? He doesn't back down from anybody. And because of that, you know, he gets selected for this program, Super Soldier program. He gets selected, and I don't need to tell you the story, man. I just look. It's to me. I just love the. I just like to see. I love to see the character development. I like to see how Steve Rogers' character develops. I also like to see Bucky. You know, I like to see the friendship between him and Bucky and how that started and everything. I just think it's a really good origin story because I mean, at the end of the day, these are superheroes with stories and with motivations, not just superpowers. And I think this movie does a good job to show why this dude is who he is and how he embodies, you know, this character in the Shield. I just think it's really good. And I also like the villain. I also like the villains in the story. I like the fact that we're fighting not really the Nazis, but a division of the Nazis that want to, you know, outdo the Nazis. Like I like the villains. We're not fighting aliens here. You know, we're fighting, you know, people on our planet. You know what I mean? Like we're fighting legit villains, real life villains, in a sense. And it's just a good origin story. I just think it's so good, man. There's so many good things about this movie, man. I love it.
Oh, it's a good movie. I love the Red Skull. He played the guy who played in
Agent
Smith, and who was in Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forget about that.
Yeah, he did he's bang up job.
Hugo Weaving is his name.
Yeah, Hugo Weaving, Mr. Henderson.
Yeah. Oh man, he was awesome in that movie. Man.
Oh yeah, the dude's just good. Like he's good at So, all right, what you got next?
All right, next. I love this movie, man. This movie, every time I watch it, I get something else from it. This is Get Out. This is such a creative movie. Jordan Peele. I believe this is his directorial debut, and I believe he also wrote this movie as well. But it's a take on racial relations wrapped up in a horror flick. But the thing I love about this movie is that there's so many layers to this movie. There's so many things that you don't get the first time you watch it. Like you watch it again and you pick up something else. There's a lot of symbolism in this movie, and I just love the fact that every time you watch it, you could pick up something you didn't see before, and I like his commentary on race relations as well. So just very, very well. The acting is great. This was one of, I'll just say his Daniel Kaluuya is probably his breakout movie. I mean, I know he did stuff before this, But I think it's definitely his breakout movie.
Yeah, and I'm still mad he's British, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
Even Black Panther, everything that was in, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Until the dude started talking one day, I'm like, "Excuse me," and then my whole thing is like, he better follow Arsenal. That's all. So once I know you're British, the next thing is you better follow Arsenal. That's it.
But did you like this movie?
Huh?
Did you like this movie?
I like Get Out. I didn't go out to the theater and watch it. I'm not a horror pick guy. Not just, and when you watch it, you realize it's really not a horror pick.
Yeah, it's not horror. It's more suspense.
Yeah, more of a suspense thriller, but it does. It's I don't know how to else explain it, but it as Black people, so you understand all these things and fears and stuff that his best friend was saying, and just all those things that were going on. Everything was just perfectly done, said, and scripted, and it was a lot. I had my guy in there from West Wing, so I was mad that Bradley played that type of. I mean, it's a role, but he's the guy who played the dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, who was in West Wing, but it was deep, and it was definitely a good movie. Yeah,
man. All right, next we have last on the list, the aforementioned Avengers Endgame. It's Infinity War and Endgame are I had these movies together.
Yeah, because they kind of are.
I mean, it's pretty much one big movie.
Yeah.
But man, I love it. Endgame is good, man. Endgame is good. And like I said, I thought I liked Infinity War more. But when I rewatched these movies a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I love Endgame. I like Endgame because it touched on the after effects of the blip. You know what I mean? It just doesn't just rush by it. No, it actually touches on how this affected people. And because it has such this huge effect, and they really touch on it. There's this urgency here of like, yeah, man, we got to figure out a way to undo this. We got to do this. But I just I'm really big on character development. You know what I mean? And just seeing what the characters and our superheroes are going through emotionally helps me out in this movie. Also, I'm a big fan of time travel, as you know, Hurt.
Yeah.
And, anytime you make Back to the Future references, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You went digging.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're time traveling, you have to bring that movie up. Like you can't not bring that movie up. It's like if you go and shoot a scene in New York, you have to show the Empire State Building, or you got to show the GW or Brooklyn Bridge. Like that's just you have to show. Hey, we're in New York. What are we going to show? One of these things. You have to. And when you show Baltimore, you got to show a dark alley, right? So you have to show. That was just so funny. Oh, I'm sorry. You show kids playing basketball. There you go. Is that better? No, it's not better. Okay. So you gotta show the charm in the Charm City. But no, when you talk about time travel, Back to the Future has to come up.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing this, and this is why I miss going to movies. Like you said, King Kong and Godzilla would be so much better in a screen with people. Even though I did like the movie. This movie, to me, was helped by the audience reaction. And it's so weird. When I watch or listen to wrestlers, when they go out and say when they're performing, that the crowd means so much to how every punch or every whatever that they do, and you hear the crowd, I can understand that when you get your movie experience. Because if the movie, I mean, sometimes you may get a crowd that's just, not with the movie, and you may be enjoying it. But when everybody's like, oh, and this was a movie where it was like, oh, yeah, so everybody's, and you just, and that's how you get, you kind of get goosebumps in a way, because you're with the crowd. The crowd's like, yeah, I mean, especially at the end, everybody should have seen the movie by now. When people just start showing up, hey, on your left, on your left, Caps is basically going to fight a whole army on his own. like literally a bunch of space aliens on his own, and he's tired and beat up, got a broken shield. Dude looks like he's been through 8 car washes and got beat up by Godzilla and King Kong. And he's still trying to do this on his own. And you hear on your left, Cap, and you're like, what? That, which is Sam's voice, ironically. And then you see people, you see these little little pop-ups from what's his face? What's his name? Doctor Strange, like, the little thing where everybody just starts appearing.
Portals.
And Sam flies out, and everybody's yeah. Then of course Wakanda comes, and then that's when everybody started. I went to a black theater, so then everybody started going crazy when that happened, and then just everybody just coming through, man. Oh, dude,
were people crying? Because at the end of Endgame, people were sobbing.
I did. I know I did personally, but
people were sad. About theater girls, yo. I mean,
people were sad.
Yeah,
it was a pin drop moment in the theater.
Yeah, and people
like, or that you hear like a, oh man, damn, yo, or something. you hear that, so it's like, damn, Tony.
Yeah, I kept hearing it was dead quiet, and I kept hearing, and I kept hearing it all over the theater. I was like, wow, man. But yeah.
Yeah, see that's how do I have Logan on this list?
That's a good question.
If I don't, then I'm adding it on there. It's replacing something. Logan better be on this list. Because when we get to that, we'll talk about crime. So.
Oh my gosh, okay. Which you know what? I have not seen that movie. I saved it on my DVR. No. Hold. I saved it on my DVR. I did save it on my DVR.
Can you watch that today, please?
Today?
Yes. The Orioles are playing in a different time zone, so just watch Logan. Like watching that at church.
Logan is on your list, Hurt.
All right, good. Okay, that's all I care. All right, we'll get there.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, we got a ways to go before we get there.
Oh, yeah, that dude, I'm sure it's pretty high. So we'll talk about that, I don't know, around January next year. Right?
Yeah, but it is high. It is high on your list.
But I wasn't really. Again, he played a great character. I wasn't emotionally attached to him. You know what I mean? Like I love Tony Stark, the way he played the character, but that wasn't like. I think everybody has like their guy in the Marvel Universe, maybe that they're like maybe emotionally attached to or a character in a way. Like to me, it just it hurt more when he tossed Gamora down for me. Okay. And Star-Lord being hurt by it because I'm more attached to the Guardians in a way.
I know what you mean. My guy's Loki.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Dude, you're just I can't. I
just had to throw it.
Anyway.
No, but getting back to your point though, there is an emotional attachment that people have with these characters. I don't know who mine is actually. But yeah, Tony Stark, man, I guess was a big deal for a lot of people.
Yeah, because you gotta think a lot of it was centered around him.
Yeah.
So just think about the character arc Tony went through. And then also at that point in time, he was a parent. And he had his life, and he had Pepper, and he had the kid, and he just was Tony living in a cabin by a lake. He wasn't like the Tony Stark who was selling, armor to the selling weapons to the army and sitting there as it explodes to that's not the same dude. This is a total dude who's like, I just want this simple life. I'll fix the tractor. I'll just go chill, and I want to raise my kid and we're peaceful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just because a lot happened to him, as close as it was to Spider-Man, and he blipped away, and he's just like, what am I going to say to Aunt May? You know, it's just a whole, a whole bunch of stuff. So, I mean, I totally understand it, though. Totally understand. Look at all this time we spent on these movies. So, but thank you everybody for tuning in against N1MD Podcast. You could always give us a like and subscribe to us here on YouTube and on StreamYard. You can also download us. We're on Spreaker and Stitcher apps, as well as iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Everyone you find podcasts, you'll find N1MD Podcast. And also you can find us on your social media, your Facebook, your IG, and your Twitter, N1MD Podcast. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate it, and we will see you next week.
Peace out, y'all.